Behind every uniform is a mother, father, sibling, or child waiting with love and hope. Today, we bring you the moments when soldiers finally return to their loved ones, starting with a surprise from a military brother to his sister. The story of Sergeant Colin Rainieri from the Army Reserve's 160th Signal Brigade. He had just finished serving a full year in Kuwait and was finally home. But instead of a simple reunion, he and his family planned something different for his younger sister Chelsea, who was at a gymnastics event, standing among her teammates.
To Chelsea to impress her. Oh, look at this, a dozen roses. That's wonderful. But wait, something else. Oh, you're gonna impress her even more. Chocolate.
Then this teddy bear costume George started proposing to her by giving her flowers and chocolates. As everyone thought it was just a normal proposal, but then came the real surprise.
Motioning somewhere. George, I think you have figured out that you have gotten a teddy bear that's being carried by Chelsea's brother, Sergeant Colin Rainieri, who flew back.
George called her brother, who was dressed in uniform, made her day. The second she saw him, her hands covered her mouth and the tears started falling.
Amy.
She ran straight into his arms and hugged him tightly. And now, the story of Kendall Williams, a cheerleader whose dad had been away on military duty for a long time. As she was standing in the field, something felt different. From the side of the field, a man in full military uniform began walking toward her. It was her dad. She turned, and the second she recognized him, her hands flew to her face. You could see it in her eyes. She ran straight into his arms and broke down in tears of happiness. The crowd cheered, but in that moment, it felt like it was just the two of them on that field.
Salute the flag.
Salute the flag.
And this next story, it happened just before a Clemson football game. The players were walking out. Among them was Ty, whose father, Cody Lucas from the United States Army, dressed in uniform, was standing just a few steps away, having just returned from Afghanistan.
Hey! Hey, what?
As the team passed by, his son came closer, still unaware. And then, just as he walked in front of him, his dad reached out and grabbed him. Without saying a word, they pulled each other into the tightest hug.
It was a huge surprise. It was the best thing ever. Not expected at all. It was crazy.
After that emotional Clemson moment, you'd think it couldn't get any better. But love has a way of showing up when you least expect it. This next story is about two sisters, twin cheerleaders from Mizzou.
Honor our dad. I remember in the back of my mind, I was like, what's going on? Why is everybody yelling?
That first hug makes everything better.
See?
Maria and Michaela Kemmerling were right in the middle of a live basketball game. But while they were smiling and hyping up the crowd, they had no idea their brother, who had been away serving in the military, had planned the perfect surprise. He quietly ran onto the court from behind and wrapped his arms around both of his sisters. The moment they saw who it was, their faces lit up with shock and they held on tight to their brother.
We gotcha! We can't thank them enough.
And the Kemmerling family.
The surprises are endless.
The whole thing was captured live and the clip went viral in no time. After that viral moment, if your hearts are full of emotions, wait for this next story. It happened at a Wisconsin football game, and this time, it was a mother-daughter reunion. Captain Lund came back from the duty to surprise her daughter who was in the field. She had no idea, but as she turned and saw her mom standing there,
enjoys playing and competing in both volleyball and cross country. We also salute Bella's mother, Captain Jane Renee Lund, better known as JR. A graduate of the University of Wisconsin School of Engineering.
her face changed completely. It was like time stopped.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please direct your attention to the shooting zone. Turn around and welcome home your mother, Captain Jane Renee Lund.
She ran across the field straight into her mother's arms.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, please welcome home Captain Jane Renee Lund.
That moment was something special, but now we have another story from South Carolina. The Fail family from Kershaw, South Carolina was the Columbia Metropolitan Airport military family of the game, set to be recognized on the field.
Military. To my wife, the sacrifices you make are just unbelievable. You sacrificed your job, you sacrificed your friends that you grew up with, and especially getting to be home with your family.
As part of the game's halftime celebration, the Jumbotron lit up with a familiar face. It was their father, serving in the military and away from home. They smiled, holding back tears, and waved at the screen.
It seems like every time that you get into a new school and you make new friends, we turn around and have to leave. Most fathers pride themselves in wanting their family to look up to them, but I have to admit that I'm the one that looks up to y'all.
But then the crowd started cheering louder, and when the girls turned around, there he was, their father in uniform. The moment they saw him, they ran across the field and wrapped their arms around their dad, holding him as tightly as they could. If you think the surprises can't get any more magical, we have another story for you. Julia and Brian Woodburn, both proudly serving in the U.S. Army, had been deployed for quite some time. Being away from home was hard enough, but what made it even tougher was being apart not just from each other, but from their little girl, Addison. So when it was finally time to come home, they wanted to make the moment unforgettable for her.
Is that what that is? Cool. Where's your mom? Where's your mom? Her mom is deployed. Your mom's deployed? Where's your mom? Where's she deployed to? Kuwait.
The surprise took place at Gilbert Junior High in Louisiana during a school magic show. fact, the magician called Addison to the front for a special trick. And then, suddenly, the magician showed a trick, and her mom was standing right in front of her in uniform. Addison ran to her, and her mother grabbed her up in her arms. But then the teddy started to remove the costume. And as the big furry head came off, there he was. Her dad, standing in full uniform.